Okay, let's bring in a guy who follows the military aspect of this because that's what's coming next. Colonel David Hunt, you know him. Used to use him all the time on the Factor. He comes to us from Maine. You want to look up David Hunt. He's got all kinds of medals and honors, very brave man, Vietnam War, all of that. So my first question is to you. I'm right about Iran. They don't have any capacity to attack Israel, correct?
Yeah, I mean, they attack Israel through proxies like Hamas and Hezbollah. Iran is very weak. They're a problem. They're probably the center of the universe, the Middle East, partly because of what we did in Iraq. But no, they're not attacking Israel directly. They're attacking Israel right now with Hamas, and we'll see if Hezbollah comes from the north or terrorist groups come out of the West Bank.
Okay, so it's the same. It's the same scenario that it's always been.
Yeah.
You mentioned Iraq. There, right before airtime, there are a couple of drones launched by terrorists toward our air base in western Iraq, where there are U.S. Special Forces based. We took care of the drones. They didn't get through. But I don't think many Americans know that we have forces still in Iraq that police Syria and the surrounding terror hotspots, correct?
We've got 2,500 soldiers out of the 10th Mountain Division. They're going to be there for 9 months. They're in Kuwait, Syria, and Iraq, mostly doing guard missions and some patrolling. But that 2,500-man force has been going on, rotating every 10 months for a couple of years now. So, yeah, we've got forces there.
And you need them there because the remnants of ISIS and Al-Qaeda, and they're still floating
Absolutely.
around. And we also have military in Turkey, correct?
Absolutely. Big, huge base. Incirlik, huge Air Force base. Yep, we do.
But that's problematic because if the USA had to get involved with Iran or another Muslim nation, I don't know if Turkey's going to be down with that and let us use that base to attack people.
They didn't in Iraq, as you know. They wouldn't do it in the 20 years we were in Iraq,
Right.
or through Afghanistan. So my bet is, no, they won't let us do it.
Okay, so why are we there? Why do we have all this big base in Turkey? What do we accomplish by doing that?
Well, it gets us closer to attacking some of our enemies. We have influence there, but the Turks are, as you know, duplicitous and cannot be counted on fully.
Yeah, they're NATO members.
It's a great question as to we could. There's a good argument to be made to pull them. No question.
Okay. But there's a lot of CIA there on that base. There's a lot of intel. Do you have any idea why the Israeli and American intel was taken by surprise by the Hamas attack?
No, there's no good explanation for 40 separate crossing sites developed by Hamas. They captured Israeli military bases. The number of hostages is at least 200. Besides the women and kids, they took Israeli generals. This was a complete disaster from the Israeli standpoint. As worse than the mistake made in the 73 war when they missed the Syrian and Egyptian tanks massing on their border. There's no explanation. And we get most of our intelligence from an area from Israel. But this was a complete failure, and it has to be addressed because that's the same intelligence community that's going to be used on the attack into Gaza. Unless you can figure out why and how you missed this, you've got a disaster in your hands going into Gaza.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised the CIA missed it because they have a big presence in Tel Aviv at the American embassy's been moved to Jerusalem.
Yes.
And they have a presence in Jerusalem, but they also have a big presence in Tel Aviv, and they work very closely with the Israeli intelligence. They both missed it, and that sends a real chilling message as far as our self-protection is concerned. If they're going to miss that, what else are they missing, you know?